Huddy Sports presents a live Huddy production. Keep up to date, huddysports.co.nz.
Blocked drains, leaky pipes, don't let plumbing problems sideline your day. Call the team, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Mike has been our sponsor since the very beginning, from quick fixes to full renovations. He's got the tools, the team and the know-how to get the job done right. First time, every time. Local, reliable and always on time. That's how Mike plays the game. Find Mike Pinfold at Pinfold Plumbing at extra.co.nz 027 430 4351. Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Also Google Mike Pinfold Plumbing and let the pros handle the flow.
Hi, Gavin Murphy here
And Cassie Murphy.
from G and Higton Funeral Directors.
Don't leave it up to someone else to tell your story. Do it now when you can enjoy being part of the conversation.
With a prepaid funeral, you can have music, readings and venue all chosen by you.
For your free funeral planning pack with everything you need to get started, go to our website at gnhigton.co.nz/pre-planning.
The Huddy Hui, Huddy Sports captivating sports show. The Huddy Hui covers Wellington Club Rugby as well as other sporting topics of debate. Tune in on YouTube during the rugby playing months as host Brad Hudson interviews rugby players and other sporting personalities across the Wellington region and the rest of New Zealand. Catch the Huddy Hui streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube and wherever good yarns are heard. The Huddy Hui live on Huddy Sports. Here at Huddy Sports, we love a good game plan. And when it comes to travel, our go-to is Louise Reddy from New Zealand Travel Brokers. Whether it's a sports tour, a family break, or that bucket list trip, she'll get you there stress-free with all the best deals around. She's local, she's experienced, and she backs the game like we do, and she's a great supporter of Huddy Sports. Look up Louise Reddy at louisereddy.nztravelbrokers.co.nz or email louise@louise.reddy@newzealandtravelbrokers.co.nz. Travel smart and travel like a pro.
always like.
Having the last word.
Hi, Gavin Murphy here.
And Cassie Murphy.
And with G and Hickton Funeral Directors, you can. With a prepaid funeral plan, you can make it as relaxed or as formal as you like, with music, readings and venue all chosen by you.
Let our family care for your family. For your free funeral planning pack with everything you need to get started, go to gianhickton.co.nz/pre-planning.
Blocked drains, leaky pipes, don't let plumbing problems sideline your day. Call the team, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drainlaying Limited. Mike has been our sponsor since the very beginning, from quick fixes to full renovations. He's got the tools, the team, and the know-how to get the job done right. First time, every time. Local, reliable, and always on time. That's how Mike plays the game. Find Mike Pinfold at Pinfold Plumbing at extra.co.nz 027 430 4351. Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drainlaying Limited. Also Google Mike Pinfold Plumbing and let the pros handle the flow. Here at Huddy Sports, we love a good game plan. And when it comes to travel, our go-to is Louise Reddy from New Zealand Travel Brokers. Whether it's a sports tour, a family break, or that bucket list trip, she'll get you there stress-free with all the best deals around. She's local, she's experienced, and she backs the game like we do, and she's a great supporter of Huddy Sports. Look up Louise Reddy at louisereddy.nztravelbrokers.co.nz or email louise@louise.reddy@newzealandtravelbrokers.co.nz. Travel smart and travel like a pro. Tēnā koutou katoa, no mai, haere mai, and welcome to Jerry Collins Stadium here in Porirua for this College Sport Wellington Under-18 Girls Rugby Final for 2025. It's the defending champions, St Mary's, up against Wellington East Girls College. St Mary's, of course, have dominated the Wellington competition for a number of years now. And last year, they put on a comprehensive display in last year's final. They beat Sacred Heart College that day, 27 points to 14. No Sacred Heart this year. It is Wellington East in the final. Can they score an upset against this highly fancied St Mary's outfit? St Mary's, of course, this season undefeated. They beat Aotea College last week in their semi-final, 54 points to 29 out of Taitarai Park. Wellington East College, of course, they finished third in the regular part of the season, and they managed to beat Sacred Heart last week out at the Hut Rec, 41 points to 33, so denying Sacred Heart a chance in the final for the second year. But we're here today, Jerry Collins Stadium, for the girls under-18 final. These two teams played each other in round one of the competition that day out at Kilbirnie Park, and it was a 52 points to 5 win that day. That was 4 weeks ago. So a different story here today. Weather conditions, not a breath of wind to speak of, but it is quite cold. The dew is starting to come down a little bit more. Currently sitting around 11 degrees, but expect that temperature to drop as the match proceeds. St Mary's first in the regular season. 4 wins, no losses, no draws. 238 points for, 51 against. Wellington East Girls College, founded in 1925. 2 wins, 2 losses, 110 points for and 129 against. So both teams like to score, but Wellington East will be looking to try and fight back in this final to cause an upset. As we look at the rosters for today, for St Mary's is Emerald, Tuhiwai, Polson, the fullback. The wings are Anakur and Tarangi Mawano, your one net. Ofera Hunt is in second 5, followed by Angel Grace Deturi in 13. First 5 is Maya Olalese at first 5. Asuka Kanematsu is the halfback. Glennis Afua in 8. Paige Lilo in 7. 6 is Fono Basin. The wings, the locks, I should say, are Jordan Page, Mano Pedro, and Abby Isaiah. The front row, Casey Seal, Roma, Fa'a Mosili, Mackenzie, and Say Pedro. That is the starting 15 today for St Mary's College. Wellington East today, this is their roster at the moment. Sophia Canellis in 4, Sina Vial in 5, 6 is Billy Leota, 7 is Grace Apiella, Balingi in 7, 8 is Faith Soa, 13 is Molly Carter-Davis, the captain in 10 is Kendall Maxwell, Joda C. Marshall Ray in 14, Panina Olalese in 15, Gracie Watson Siloata in 16. We have Sarah Sakurai in 18, Isis Leah in 19, and Eti Elifia in jersey 22. And here's both teams coming out onto the paddock now for this final for 2025. This is the first of the College Sport Wellington finals that we're bringing you live here on Huddy Sports YouTube. Great to be working alongside College Sport Wellington again for 2025. St Mary's wearing their traditional black jersey, numbers in white. And Wellington East with their navy blue with the yellow numbers as well. Our referee team today, referee is Bradley Parkin refereeing this girls' final, who'll be assisted by Scarlett Woods and the ever-experienced Malcolm Gibbs, who runs the match manager's sideline for Super Rugby and also Wellington Lions games. Of course, this is the home of the Wellington Lions this season for the regular season of the NPC. And the field itself
in pristine condition. This is also where the Wellington Pride will be playing their home games as well this season. They kick off their campaign. Tasman down in Nelson this Saturday. And so it will be St Mary's that will be kicking towards the northern end of Jerry Collins Stadium, as we await for the referee Parkin to get us underway. And we're underway here at Jerry Collins Stadium. Wellington East get the ball, and they look to run it out. Pass here by Alifia. 12 away from halfway. Kicked down by Wellington East. Chasing back after it is Ioane. She decides to have a run. And look at the sheer pace. Pass has gone backwards, said the call from referee, picked up by Angel Grace. Just over halfway. 15 in from touch. Mosili looking to barge it over, but crash back, and a good tackle there by Soa. It's been knocked on against St Mary's. It's going to be the first scrum of the evening to Wellington East Girls College. Wellington East this season, of course, first round they played St Mary's 52 points to 5. Round 2, they went down to Sacred Heart 15-12. Had a win against Aotea 52-29, and then the last week's semi-final beating Sacred Heart College out at the Heart Rec 41 points to 33. Uncontested scrums, but we've got penalty advantage out. This might be for the backs rushing up early. Good whistle by the referee. Offside is the call. Unfortunately, not on the mark. Pirila bringing it back. And they'll go for the scrum again. So Wellington East looking to cause the upset here today, but they're up against a very experienced St Mary's who have dominated this Wellington program for girls rugby for over a decade now. Of course, they've been to the top 4 in the past, to the Condor Sevens as well. But lately, they've had a tough challenge having to go up to Palmerston North to play Matakura. They went down to earlier this year. They'll probably get to play them again if they win here today. Here's Wellington East. Ball's been knocked backwards, so play on is the call. Now advancing over halfway. We'll come back for a penalty. And yet again, it's another penalty for offside at scrum time. Backline rushing up too early. And Wellington East putting down another scrum. Wellington East, principal is Gal Ashworth. Their motto is take the light and pass it on. Running off the back they go. Sola crashing forward. Wellington East looking to get the early points on early as they've answered to 22 for the first time in this final. And it's been turned over at a penalty for St Mary's, getting over the top of the ball. It's a relieving penalty for St Mary's. Mercy and wisdom is St Mary's motto. Their principal is Sarah Parkinson. She's a former student of St Mary's, long-serving teacher and deputy rector out at St Patrick's College, Wellington. Ball taking up the reins at St Mary's. Out of the back line, successful line out. Looking to run this out. There's some open pastures here for St Mary's. Good dummy as they get up to the 10-metre mark. Still going. Excellent pace here. Inside the 22 now. Now they pass it out. Good crashing run here through Basin. 7 away from the line now. Stretching out numbers to Burn. Pass out to Lilo, went in front. Knocks it backwards. Manages to keep possession. And they're on the 5x5, the northern end. Eastern side of Jerry Collins Stadium. For Musili McKenzie. 4 away from the line now. Into the hands of Asila. Looking to hold up, and they swarm around her like a pack of bees. I saw a brilliant dummy here by Anna Kerr. She was a star in last year's final. And she scores the opening try of the final. 5-0 with the conversion to come. Anna Kerr last year, she was only year 10 and she played in last year's final. Year 11 now. And she had a stunning display in the final last year. And she'll be looking to convert her own try. Conversion successful. So 7-0 the score early in this final. St. Mary's College in the lead. Both teams having to make the journey up State Highway 1 here to Jerry Collins Stadium. Here, bright and early as well, right on 4 o'clock. Bradley Parkin, the referee you see on your picture, folks. He's an up-and-coming referee. I believe it's only his second year with the whistle. He also referees touch rugby during the summer. Of course, we know we're getting to the end of the rugby season and the winter season, but if you're looking for a change, whether it's you're not longer playing or have a love for the game, give 0800 referee a call. We need more referees. Restart here by Wellington. It bounces awkwardly for Kerr. Runs back into a 22. Kanimatsu. Pass into the midfield. They look to run it out again. Brilliant run here by St. Mary's. Passing it down. Good fending out of the way. Ioane. Ioane still going. Beats the third tackler. Still going towards the line is Ioane. Just short of the chalk. Kanimatsu. They've got the penalty advantage to play with. They need. Crashing through. Down on the line. Sealing the deal. Try number 2 for St. Mary's. And that is Casey Seal that has scored the second try for St. Mary's. And Wellington East, no answers there that time. As that defence couldn't hold out. Casey Seal, she played number 8 in last year's final. Playing prop today, year 11 student. Second final for her. Conversion successful by Anna Kerr. 14-0 is the score. Wellington. St. Mary's out to an early lead. So Wellington East deep in a discussion in the in goal. Oh, these girls, big opportunities now in women's rugby. We should also acknowledge that the Women's World Cup is about to get underway over in England. Rugby Sports regular Adam Julian is over there. He's just flowing on the plane today. Penalty advantage been played for a high tackle. Kanimatsu passing it back. Well, Alessi kicking this down, but we'll come back for the penalty as that went out on the full. 14-0 the score. Beautiful pictures here today. Our cameraman James Willett's doing a sterling job. cancelled a date with his mother to be here tonight. Line out here for St Mary's. 6 inside Wellington East territory. Of course, tomorrow night here on Huddy Sports, bringing you third and fourth playoff in the College Sport Wellington P3 Hockey's match between Whitby Collegiate and Wellington High School for the National Hockey Stadium. That kicks off at 5:15. Also, we're going to be bringing you the Wellington Under-19s versus the Canterbury Under-19s this Saturday, 1 o'clock from Rugby League Park. And then the big show for the boys. First 15 final between Wellington College and St Patrick's College Silverstream. 12:05, live and free on Huddy Sports. Back here, rampaging form here through Paige Lilo. She could go all the way, and she does so. Try free for St Mary's, and it is Paige Lilo that scores. Running nearly 50 metres to score the third try for St Mary's. Her father, Serge Lilo, well known in Wellington rugby, played for the Hurricanes and the Wellington Lions for a number of years, playing in that 7 jersey as well, and 6. Very dynamic player Serge Lilo was in his day. And his daughter continuing on that fine form as well. And a Kerr's conversion, this time 5 outside the 22, free in from the eastern touchline. This one a little bit more difficult for her, but with pretty good distance, should be able to get this one over. Just short of the post though, so the score will remain 19-0. 11 and a half minutes gone here at Jerry Collins Stadium. As always, we'd like to acknowledge College Sport Wellington. We're bringing you the finals, winter finals for 2025. Girls tonight, the boys on Sunday. And then we've got the girls football as well, followed by the netball, the boys football, and the boys and girls basketball finals over the next three weeks. A busy time here on Huddy Sports. 19-0 the score. Wellington East looking to get their first points on the board, but it's been hard work for them so far. Just goes over the 10-metre mark and picked up there that time by Isaiah. A penalty here. Sternum tackle is the call from referee Parkin. Kanimatsu goes for the tap, the old-fashioned tap and run. Farting over towards the 10-metre mark. Kanimatsu slides down to get that one. Bit of concern there in back play. One of the Wellington East girls players. St Mary's into the 22. They're on rampaging form. The ball's come out of the breakdown. Unfortunately, there's an errant hand on there, so there's a penalty advantage being played. And that time, one of the Wellington East players off their feet. Their school mascot is an eel that wears the navy blue and yellow. Sometimes it makes an appearance at the finals. Line out, 7 away from the northern try line. Grandstand touchline here at Jerry Collins Stadium. But Mosili to throw this one in. Yeah, 12 student. Look at tonight. Played proper in the final last year against Sacred Heart. As we just await the ball, that's ended up rolling down the hill. Well, one's finally arrived back. And so we can have the line out underway. 14 minutes gone, 19-0 the score. Into the hands of Basin. Wrapped around there by Sola, crashing through. There's Hayes, Timra Rama going over for the 4th try for St Mary's. And they're on rampaging form at the moment. Excellent work there by St. Mary's again. Their forwards on rampaging form. And occur another conversion directly in front of the posts. Oh, we're going to have time off as one of the Wellington East players is not looking too well. April Va'asila confirmed as the try scorer. So we just have time off here as one of the Wellington East players is down injured. Good to see referees checking on your welfare as well as the support staff. Here on Huddy Sports, we always want to keep everything we do free for all of you to watch. So if you're willing to help us out, that for sponsorship or whatever, head to huddysports.co.nz or find us on Facebook and Instagram. And also our email address is huddysportsnz@gmail.com. We'll just take a bit of a breather here as the medics attend to the injured player. Welcome back, folks, as injured player has been taken care of and the conversion is successful by Anna Kerr. 26-0 the score. 15 minutes gone here at Jerry Collins Stadium in this first half. Great attention being seen to the Wellington East player that went down injured, and good to see that she's back on her feet. That's good news. So, we just await the ball to arrive again. Restart here by Wellington East. Secured well by St. Mary's. 8 away from halfway now. Kanimatsu. Oh, Kanimatsu! Cutting them open. Brought down 15 in from the eastern touchline. 10 metres inside. Wellington East territory. Here's Basin. Basin putting on the afterburners. Into the 22 now. And sharp blast of the whistle there by referee Parkin for another high tackle. Tacked quickly that time there by Hayes. Timo Rama. Oh, offloaded that one well in the tackle. Back out to Basin. Basin crashing over. And the try has been awarded. And Whanua Basin scoring her first try of the final. That makes the score now 31-0. Whanua Basin. Onside flanker for St. Mary's tonight. She started that movement from the restart and finishes it off with a try to her name. Anna Kerr. Successful again with the boot. Only missed one tonight. 33-0 is the score. 17 minutes gone here at Jerry Collins Stadium, and this is going to have to be a bit of a miracle now for St. Mary's to crawl their way back. They can score points quickly. At the moment, they just have to wait for St. Mary's to no longer be in this rampaging form. Here we are, the restart. Kicked down there by Maxwell, the captain. And picked up that time there by Isaiah. To latch on to those tackles now to Wellington East. As they wrap around again, this is a great run again by St. Mary's, and that's Basin. At the Kanimatsu. Isaiah again. Goes himself. Fends off the first defender. And the second. Just clipped around the ankles in time. Is allowed to regather. It gives it back out to Anna Kerr. And Anna Kerr will get her second try of the evening. Just clipped around the ankles that time there was Isaiah, but managed to get it out to Kerr just in time to go over and score her second try of the final. 38-0 is the score. Anna Kerr looking to convert her own try. So Anna Kerr kicks it over. Successful conversion, 40 points to 0. 19 minutes gone here in the first half. And speaking about women's rugby, the Farah Palmer Cup kicks off this weekend. And of course, the Wellington Pride down to the championship this season, missing out on promotion to the premiership. And they are, this Saturday, playing Tasman down in Nelson. And their first home game is here on Sunday next week, 17th of August against Otago. A double-header alongside the men's team as well. Wellington Lions also taking on Otago that day. So the Wellington Pride team looking to kick off their season in style against Tasman. Here's the restart. Oh, that time nearly picked up by Faith Sola. But it didn't go the 10, so we're going to come back to halfway. So, scrum here for St. Mary's. Haven't had a scrum yet this evening. Wellington East has had all the scrums so far. So, Kanimatsu with the ball in hand. A little wire, live wire halfback. And Kanimatsu passes it out. Oh, it's been knocked on that time there by Ofira Hunt. And Wellington East finally will have the ball, an attacking chance with the ball. Ofira Hunt, she is the daughter of Nigel Hunt. Used to play for the New Zealand men's sevens team. Wellington as well. And the Hurricanes. And believe it or not, folks, he is still playing rugby. He played for Tawa in the Jubilee Cup final this year. Off the back they go. Faith. Solar bringing it up. And Wellington East with a rare opportunity with the ball. They've been penalised. Wellington East getting the turnover, and that was Paige Lilo that got the turnover that time. And there you can see in the Wellington East dugout with the Lions jacket on. That's Nihi Milner-Scudder, the former All Black. He's been helping Wellington East this season. Oh, knocked on that time there by Hunt again. But we'll come back for a penalty. St. Mary's with the penalty. So, Wellington East will put down a scrum. This one 8 inside. Wellington East territory. Malcolm Gibbs and Nihi Milner-Scudder having a bit of a chat. Nihi Milner-Scudder, he's the director of rugby out at Porniki. This is his second year in that job. And their men's team had a great year this year, winning the Hardham VC Memorial Cup against Upper Hutt. Here we go. Off they go. Good run yet again here by Hayes Timarama. Kanematsu. Passed out through Mosili McKenzie. Harrison offloading out now to Isaiah. And Isaiah scores. She was denied one before. And try time now for St. Mary's again. That makes it 45-0. 22 and a half minutes gone. Abby Isaiah, Year 12 student at St. Mary's. She was on the bench in last year's final and came on. Regular starting for St. Mary's this season. Anna Kerr, she missed a conversion from this position. Trying to convert St. Mary's' third try. I'm going to get her sixth conversion of the night. Strikes this one with good distance, but it falls short. So score remains 45-0. 23 and a half minutes gone here in Wellington East. They're going to have to try. Looking to try and salvage something in this first half. I'll be hoping they can get into half-time without cracking the 50. Here we go. The restart by Wellington East. Down to Harrison. Angela Harrison tries the wrestle, but brought down 12 metres away from halfway. Turned over here by Wellington East. Can they keep possession of the ball? Into the hands of Apirella. And Apirella giving it out. Oh, unfortunately, the ball's gone forward that time there by 13. Out to Davies. And so St. Mary's will have the scrum feed. So, of course, Celia has mentioned the Wellington Pride kick off their campaign down in Nelson against Tasman. Wellington Lions went down to Canterbury here on Saturday. And so they'll be looking to strike back when they have to travel up to Hamilton against Waikato. We pulled off a last-minute win against Auckland at Eden Park last week. For a former Wellington Lions player we used to know, Lima Sapawanga. Here we go, over the top, back out to Anna Kerr. Can she get her third try? Anna Kerr sailing in, into the end goal. Gets it down in time, and that is her third try, and St. Mary's have 50 up on the board. And yet again, brilliant play. And Anna Kerr will be looking to convert her own try here. Looks like a hat-trick for 25 points in the game so far for Anna Kerr. This conversion, 15 in from the eastern touchline. 6 metres inside the 22. Conversion unsuccessful. Score remains 50-0. We just got about 4 minutes left. They only play for 30 minutes in this final. So, it's a long way to come back now for Wellington East. But it's been sheer power and display here by St. Mary's in this first half. They did beat the Wellington East 52-5 earlier in the season. But for Wellington East, they've got a few players out that are sick as well. The restart, down to Harrison. And St. Mary's pushing it up towards the 10-metre mark. Oh, it's been turned over here for Wellington East. Oh, unfortunately, knocked on that time there by St. Mary's, and Wellington East will have the scrum feed. One of the players there in the St. Mary's dugout looks like they've been replaced. We'll keep an eye on that. Looks like they've just got a bit of shoulder concern. Jerry Collins Stadium. Immaculate field. This is also the home to the Wellington Phoenix women's team. This is their home ground as well. And also Northern United, a great club named where Jerry Collins played his rugby. And he sadly passed away 10 years ago. The ground was renamed in his honour. Out to the left they go. It's a penalty. Offside again. St. Mary's a little bit eager that time. Attack quickly out to Maxwell. Good pass. Yeah, pressing up. 13 away from the 22. They've got another penalty advantage to play with. And St. Mary's swarm around. They have to release. Out to the left they go again. Into the hands of Maxwell. Maxwell nearly cuts open. Sola rationing up. Sola, good drive that time. Now crashing up again. But we'll come back for the penalty. Offside the call. About a minute left in the first half. Wellington East will look to try and get some points on the board heading into half-time. So, scrum called again for Wellington East. Maxwell indicating that to referee Parkin. Refereed the first half pretty well, has young Bradley Parkin. Pretty beautiful, pretty nice conditions here. Jerry Collins Stadium is chilly though. But the crowd has been entertained from some stellar rugby in this first half. Here's Wellington East off the scrum. Back out to Maxwell. Good pass this time out to Marshall Ray. 15 away from the southern try line. Apirella with a crashing run. Oh, getting isolated that time, but they're out in time. Oh, loose ball, but we'll come back. There's a knock on against St. Mary's. And referee Parkin will blow full time, for half time, I should say. Here at the first half of the College Sport Wellington under 18 Girls final for 2025. We'll take a bit of a breather here and be back in a few minutes, folks. Welcome back to Jerry Collins Stadium as half-time has finished and the second half is underway. And Wellington East this time kicking off towards the northern end of Jerry Collins Stadium. Fortunately, we'll come back as there is a penalty against Wellington East for a high tackle. Oh, ball hasn't found touch. Back underway, Anna Kerr, she's already got 4 tries to her name. And she'll be looking to try and get another one. And St. Mary's just outside the 22 now. Rushing forward this time again through Basin. Oh, another great run here, this time by Hayes, Temarama. And Kanematsu trying to reach in. Penalty advantage being played here against Wellington East. And pass again out to Basin. Lilo. Unfortunately, not allowed to play on. And so we'll come back for the penalty. Advantage being played again. Kanematsu. Giving out into the hands of Marcina. And a Kerr. Oh, a bit light touch rugby there at the moment. Looking to crash over here is Fua. But we'll come back for the penalty. Offside the call against Wellington East. And scrum has been called. Beautiful pitches we're bringing you tonight. Solid platform here for Wellington East to build off, and they go off again through Basin. And Basin pushed back by the Wellington East defence. Kanematsu. Oh, it's been knocked on there by Pedro. Now Wellington East will have the scrum feed. So, Wellington East survive. Another incursion from St. Mary's, but they got the scrum. They'll be looking to try and get this out of their 22 pretty quickly. Good crowd here tonight too as well. Plenty here in the grandstand. Always good to be back here at Jerry Collins Stadium. High kick goes up. Anna Kerr watches it bounce over the top of her. Now she goes for a run. Looks to pass. Good work here. Crashing up here is Ioane. And Ioane scores her first try of the evening. And the first points of the second half for St. Mary's. And it's Tirangi Moana Ioane that scores. Good work there that time by St. Mary's again. Well, the tries keep coming for St. Mary's. And Anna Kerr. 25 points in the final so far for her. This to make it 27. Version unsuccessful, so 55-0 the score. 5 minutes gone here in the second half. And just a reminder that the Wellington Pride kick off their campaign this Saturday against Tasman down in Nelson. One of the girls you can see there on the screen is Latia Bulethakal. She played in last year's final, played her club rugby for Tony. Also called up to the Hurricanes Power squad as well too. The restart. Oh, bounces awkwardly that time there for Basin, but tidied up here by Tuhiwai Paulson. Hands have to be called out. Lilo. Good passage of passing. Oh, good break there that time by Hayes. Timarama. Just short of halfway now. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Oh, crashing run. Afua with the good charge. Oh, it was a low pass, but it's been knocked on. Difficult there that time for St. Mary's to pick up. And so it'll be a scrum here for Wellington East. 9 inside their own half. So, scrum here for Wellington East. They started to get their hands on the ball a bit more towards the end of the first half. Uncontested scrums at this level. Now they stretch out midfield. Oh, it's an awkward pass. It's been picked up well that time there by Watson Stiloata. Now looking to run. Trying to do the fend, but that is a big tackle. And that is Paige Lilo with the big tackle that time. But it's been ruled a penalty. And it's been ruled high. So high tackle is ruled there by Parkin. No, 55-0 the score. Wellington East still searching for their first try of the evening. And they've elected to go for the line out. Metre over halfway. Grandstand touchline. This to be thrown in by Canellis. But unfortunately, it's been stolen by St. Mary's, and Lilo has the ball. Great support in front there. Passed here by Ruth Troon. Year 11 also was in their final last year for St. Mary's. And they're playing freely here. Troon now at halfback. Passes it out to Afua. Oh, good crashing over the top that time there by Faith Solar, but it's been ruled a penalty off their feet. And kicked through. Here's Harrison into the 22 now. And sniffing around like a goodie as they look to sniff again for another try to get their second of the second half. Oh, good pass. That time out to Lilo. Can she reach out and score? She grabs it just in time. They rule it's a knock-on. Let's have a look at the replay. It's another good run, but look at Lilo. This is just fantastic. It just gets it down for her second try. So 60-0 the score with the conversion to come. Referees ruled that there was downward pressure. Well, he's consulting with his assistant referees, Malcolm Gibbs and Scarlett Woods. The try's got to stand. Wellington East player just down there in front of the southern try line. There's Tuhiwai Paulson to line up this conversion. Wellington East players back on their feet, so that's good news. Conversion unsuccessful. So 60-0 is the score. 10 minutes gone in the second half. So Wellington East, the injured player, has been carried off in the background. Hopefully nothing too serious for her. And the restart. Good hit that time by Faith Solar. She's been impressive, and she gets the penalty as well. Much reward there for Wellington East, but it wasn't ruled on the mark. But the captains have both been called out here by referee Parkin. Presume he's probably getting a bit too much messaging from a few of the players, so penalty for holding on. This has been kicked into touch. Just outside the 22. Here's Masanuri, who does the photographs for College Sport Wellington. The great photographers here in the Wellington region. Stephen Watt from Club Rugby is here as well. He's there and everywhere as Stephen Watt from Club Rugby. Go to clubrugby.nz. There'll be a match report about this game afterwards. They do great work covering local school and club rugby. It's just a shame that stuff and all that don't cover it anymore. Knock-on advantage being played. As we'll come back for the knock-on. And scrum has been called here for St. Mary's. There will be a presentation after the game of the trophy for the under-18 girls final. Off the scrum goes St. Mary's. Into the second five hunt. Over halfway now. Into the hands of Tuiwai Paulson. And Tuiwai Paulson nearly cutting through just short of the 22. But unfortunately, she knocked it on the ground. And so it'll be a scrum here for Wellington East. Officials have done a great job tonight, particularly the young fella Parkin. There they go. Unfortunately, Wellington East, St. Mary's that time, rushing up early again. That'll be the third time they're going to be penalised for that this evening. Offside is the call. And so they go for the old tap and run, and they decide to crash into their St. Mary's defence. Great run here for Apirella. Oh, unfortunately knocked on and picked up this time by Ruth Trude. And Ruth Trude will go and score her first try in the final. This to make it 65-0 with the conversion to come. So, Ruth Troon getting her first try of the final. It's been an impressive display of women's rugby here by St. Mary's midway through the second half. 65-0 with the conversion to come. It'll be Troon to convert her own try. Here's Troon. Strikes it well. Conversion successful. 67-0, the score now. 67-0. St. Mary's in total control. Wellington East coming back up to halfway now for the restart. Flat restart. Bounces there for Basin. And Basin bringing it up. Now to the left-hand side they go. Oh, it's been knocked on by Wellington East. There'll be a scrum here for St. Mary's. 14 minutes to go, 67-0 the score. Like to acknowledge College Sport Wellington. Yet again, working with them to bring you the winter finals. Been doing that for a few years now. Almost forgot the final here tonight for the girls. We've got the boys' first 15 final on Sunday. Live and free between St. Patrick's College Silverstream and Wellington College. Both teams played in last year's final, and Silverstream playing in their 9th final in a row. Passed out to Ba'asila. Back into Basin. Asaya. Tuiwai Paulson. Head back and running. Tuiwai Paulson scragged to ground. That time there by Marshall Ray. Been turned over here by Wellington East, and Tui Paulson is down there. Taking well to get back onto her feet. Oh, running it out from the end goal. They kick it. Oh, but that may not be the best option. Ulalese goes for a run, wrapped up in a great tackle. Yet again, that time there by Marshall Ray. Safua crashing forward. 4 away from the line. And they go, they score again. And that is Ani Luanuivao. That scores another try for St. Mary's. It makes it 72-0 with the conversion to come. Luanuivao, her first try of the evening. Bit of cramp there for one of the Wellington East girls. And it'll be Ruth Troon to convert the try. Here in this girls under 18 final of the Power Grade 2025. Conversion successful by Troon. 74-0 the score. It's been a display of flair and running by St. Mary's this evening. So Parkin. A restart by Wellington East. Secured there by Ibi Isaiah. It's a penalty. Been ruled a tip tackle, but not dangerous. Just a penalty. Tap by Troon. St. Mary's running it freely. Marcina. Oh, good run here by Ulalese. Into the 22 again for St. Mary's. Afua. Needs the support coming. They go to Isaiah. Centre field with Basin. Tuhiwai Paulson scores. That's her first for the evening. And it was just built up well there by St Mary's. They managed to draw her in the Wellington East defence. And Tuhiwai Paulson was able to go over and score freely as we are now 79-0. Less than 10 minutes to go here in the final. Ruth Troon's conversion right on the 22. 5 in from the grandstand touchline. Live on Huddy Sports. Another big week of live streams on Huddy Sports. We've got the P3 Hockey Boys final. Third and fourth playoff, I should say, between Whitby Collegiate and Wellington High School from the National Hockey Stadium. 5:15 tomorrow night. Conversion unsuccessful. 79-0 the score remains. Then on Saturday, we're bringing you the Wellington Under-19 men taking on Canterbury Under-19s from Rugby League Park. Kick off at 1 o'clock. And then on Sunday, the first 15 boys final between St Patrick's College Silverstream and Wellington College. That kicks off at 12:05 on Sunday, live and free on Huddy Sports YouTube. Okay, from the restart, Angel Grace running it up to the 10-metre mark, centre field. Contest is allowed, but St Mary's get it out in time. Oh, good run here by Harrison. Harrison running strongly, running freely. Harrison, can she go the whole way? She'll be brought down, 10 away from the line. It comes out to Hunt, and she has her first try of the final. And that is a brilliant run there by Harrison. She nearly went 50 metres, but was clipped around the ankles. And Orfera Hunt, the daughter of Nigel Hunt, goes over and scores. 84-0 the score. We've got less than 8 minutes to go in the final. Ruth Troon to convert the try. Just the 2 conversions in the second half for her, but she's got a try to her name as well. 9 points so far. Conversion unsuccessful, 84-0 the score. Of course, it's a big month of August for women's rugby. We have the Farah Palmer Cup kicking off this week. And of course, also in late August, the Women's World Cup kicks off in the UK. And New Zealand's the Black Ferns' first game is in Spain, Monday, the 25th of August, 4:30 a.m. in the morning. It's been played in York. And the rest of their games, they play Japan on the 1st of September. And then Ireland on Monday the 8th at 1:45 a.m. And they head off to the quarters, the semis, and hopefully another world title for the Black Ferns. But it's going to be a tough ask because they've got to go up against the highly fancied English team, coached by former All Black coach John Mitchell. Here's Wellington East. Running it up towards the 10-metre mark, but they've been penalised, holding on. And that's been a real strength of St Mary's this evening, getting over the top of the ball. Running freely again for St Mary's. Arms out again from referee Parkin. Here's Morsili McKenzie. Rushing it up, passes it off into off the tackle. Out to Isaiah. She looks to fend off one, gives it out to Tuhiwai Paulson. And Tuhiwai Paulson's over for her second try. $89-0 with the conversion to come, and can St. Mary's, with less than 5 minutes to go, try and crack the 100? Ruth Troon to convert the try. Played in last year's final was a year 10. Wellington East, you've got to hand it to them. Even though the scoreline's not in their favour, they haven't given up. And they've had a lot of illness this week. Some of their players are missing. Congratulations to them on making the final. The drop kick is successful. 91-0 the score. Got about 4 minutes to go here in the final for 2025. Well, it's a great crowd here this evening. Students from both schools here in their uniforms. Yeah, the restart. Kicked into the 22. They're 20 outside their own 22 now, St. Mary's, as they run it. And they look to cut open. It's another good pass by Messina. Right on halfway. It's a penalty for Wellington East. Getting over the top of the ball and getting the turnover. Centre field right on halfway, and they're going to put a scrum down. So, Wellington East with the scrum. Off the bat they go with Sola. Oh, good burst through, but clipped around the ankles. Marshall Ray was tackled that time. Oh, bounces awkwardly. Here they go now. And they've got the penalty advantage to play with as well. Passed out, being pushed back. They'll come back for the penalty though. Offside will be the call. Now they tap it and run. And they get their first try this evening. Api Rella, she's been a workhorse this evening. Centre field. Oof, wrapped up well that time. Good charge here by Faith Solar. It's advantage knock on. St. Mary's have it. Knocked on. Scrum for St. Mary's. And we've just got over a minute left. So St. Mary's currently 91-0. Off the back they go. Running it up. Pass out to Tuiwai Paulson. Tuiwai Paulson going. And clip down. And they get a penalty. Through the side of the breakdown. Connell Basin. Taps it in, they run. Troon. Isaiah. Passing it out. Messina. Out to Ulalese. Great tackle that time there by Leia. Yeah, they crash through. That's a rampaging try by April Asila. $96-0. And April Asila crashes over. And with that, probably after this conversion will be full time. Troon with the conversion attempt. That's successful. And that is full time here at Jerry Collins Stadium. And St. Mary's defend their title in stunning fashion. 98 points to 0 over Wellington East Girls College. It was a tough ask for Wellington East this evening. They fought hard, but there was just too much on display here for St. Mary's this evening. And they claim another College Sport Wellington Under-18 Girls final title. Well, it's been a real pleasure bringing you this final. Stay tuned as we give you the post-match presentations. And from me, Brad Hudson, ciao for now.
we'll do a photo of them all together. You've done this one before. So I'm Martin Husted, I'm chairman of Wellington Secondary School Rugby. Just invite some, not invite, but just introduce some of the people. So this is Dave Fartaka, who's the Polish Wellington Rugby Administrator. He administers all the games for the union. Manny of the set of medals is Brian Dickinson, who's the CEO of the Polish Wellington. And this lady is Rebecca, and she's the president of Wellington Rugby Union. Yeah, we're really, I'll still tell you that in a moment. We're really proud of her. She is the first female president of the Wellington Rugby Union. And she's the first president of the Wellington Rugby Union. And she was in the New Zealand Black Caps, sorry. The Black Ferns, and they won the Cup in 2002. And she's also shown I think we should Rebecca's going to say a few words, but first we're going to ask Rebecca to have a few words as well.
Right, yeah, thanks for the as it says, I don't think it's important to reflect the outside game or the positive. Because at the end of the day, the final side, you go for the yeah. Thank you, girls.
Happen now is if Brian and Dave present the medals to the East girls and Rebecca will present the medals to the St Mary's girls, we'll ask the captains to come out and get the views from the finger. Then what we want you to do is all have the medals, and then Rebecca will present the trophies to the captains, and we'll get a photo of the medals. And then after that, we'll get a photo of the So we do it this way. These guys.
He's got a sort of.
And if you could stay here, please, girls. Stay here as well.
Drains, leaky pipes, don't let plumbing problems sideline your day. Call the team, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Mike has been our sponsor since the very beginning. From quick fixes to full renovations, he's got the tools, the team and the know-how to get the job done right. First time, every time. Local, reliable and always on time. That's how Mike plays the game. Find Mike Pinfold at Pinfold Plumbing at extra.co.nz 027 430 4351. Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Also Google Mike Pinfold Plumbing and let the pros handle the flow.
Hi, Gavin Murphy here
And Cassie Murphy.
from G and Higton Funeral Directors.
Don't leave it up to someone else to tell your story. Do it now when you can enjoy being part of the conversation.
With a prepaid funeral, you can have music, readings and venue all chosen by you.
For your free funeral planning pack with everything you need to get started, go to our website at gnhigton.co.nz/pre-planning.
The Harihui. Huddy Sports captivating sports show. The Huddy Hui covers Wellington Club Rugby as well as other sporting topics of debate. Tune in on YouTube during the rugby playing months as host Brad Hudson interviews rugby players and other sporting personalities across the Wellington region and the rest of New Zealand. Catch the Huddy Hui streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and wherever good yarns are heard. The Huddy Hui live on Huddy Sports. Here at Huddy Sports, we love a good game plan. And when it comes to travel, our go-to is Louise Reddy from New Zealand Travel Brokers. Whether it's a sports tour, a family break, or that bucket list trip, she'll get you there stress-free with all the best deals around. She's local, she's experienced, and she backs the game like we do, and she's a great supporter of Huddy Sports. Look up Louise Reddy at louisereddy.nztravelbrokers.co.nz or email louise@louise.reddy@newzealandtravelbrokers.co.nz. Travel smart and travel like a pro. As here on Huddy Sports, we're always wanting to keep our content free on YouTube. So the idea of sponsors, we can promote you on live stream, our social media pages and our website. It's good to support the local community and helps keep Huddy Sport free for all to watch. So if you're interested to helping Huddy Sports, go to huddysports.co.nz or to our email address, huddysportsnz@gmail.com. Ciao for now.